What's going on YouTube? This is Andre ClassicCuts reporting live. In this video I'll be discussing how it was working at Intel headquarters and more importantly exploring Silicon Valley. One of the biggest issues that people tend to have in Silicon Valley is specifically the cost of living. Silicon Valley is one of the most expensive places to live in the United States, period. If you're looking for a house or particularly buy Intel, I lived 10 minutes away when I was out there. My house was about $1.2 million. Silicon Valley pretty much has its own weather in a sense in California. I worked out there for a grand total of about 4 months and the weather never got really bad at all. It never rained. It stayed around 70 to 80 degrees every single day. You'll also find that just about everybody ride their bike to work, especially young people. I think it was only 3 days or 2 days out of the entire summer where it actually got cloudy, but that was about it. The app that I used to show you guys my entire neighborhood and the cost of each individual house was called Zillow. It's like pillows but with a Z. And the best bet for you to actually find a legit place to stay is going to be Airbnb, Zillow's of course, and roommates.com. Facebook groups and Craigslist are two really good ones out here also.
Hi, my name is Andre Brown. I go to Prairie View A&M University. I'm an electrical engineering student, and one thing I really like about Intel is the fact that I actually see stuff that I learned in school play out to my actual work. So I thought that was amazing. Given that all my other internships, I really didn't use anything that really involved school like I did when I got to Intel.
Hi, my name is Adam Burns. I go to Prairie View A&M University. I'm a computer engineer major, computer science minor. One thing I like about Intel is just working on the next cutting edge processor that's coming out to a business or consumer something near you or computer.
One thing that I like about Silicon Valley is the fact that it really feels like you're working for different companies because all of your friends out here, they work at some type of tech company pretty much anywhere that you need, especially young people. The main reason they're out here is because of tech. And in a sense, it feels like you actually work for all of these companies because they pretty much give you the inside on every single thing that's going on. So you really don't miss too much. If you don't work there or if you do work there, you'll still get a really good insight on what's going on behind the scenes.
One thing I do like about my stay here in Silicon Valley is that everyone is connected. Even it doesn't matter what company you're at, whether it's Intel, Adobe, Snapchat, Facebook, or Google. Once you just leave work, you can just go out and interact with everyone else.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Houston and I go to Florida State University, major in industrial and manufacturing engineering. What I like about Intel is that regardless of what group you're in, they give you the resources you need to be creative and to be innovative in whatever ideas that you have. It's not stagnant. They don't just want you to meet deadlines, but they actually want you to enjoy the work that you're doing. So that creates a lot of room to just grow as someone that is involved in tech.
Everybody's into tech. As soon as you leave anywhere, it's somebody else going to take back at you. I really like that because where I live in Texas, tech is not big at all, period. And it's just really cool to just see that there's so many other people that's really into tech.
Silicon Valley, I like how, because everything is tech related, you have the opportunities and resources to grow as far as learning more about hardware, software, anything engineer related, or even non-tech within engineering. So you have everything at your fingertips and it's really what you make of it. So.
Hi, my name is Dario Endaño. I'm from Bogota, Colombia, and I spent my summer at Intel. I'm from Texas A&M University. I study electrical engineering and computer science. And what I liked the most about Intel was the environment. I love the mentality that they have at Intel, how laid back they are, but at the same time, how they get stuff done. So that was the thing I liked the most. About the Silicon Valley, I think it was the mentality. If you walk around, like everyone, it seems like a whole different world. People are very young, and it's just a different world, in my opinion. Different environment, very peaceful, very open, very accepting. So that's what I like most about Silicon Valley. It's a technological hub of the world, so I love being in Silicon Valley. But I mean, last thing I gotta say is shout out to Andre and Peter. Great internship. We had a lot of fun, man, and yeah, thanks for everything.
Another thing that I really liked about Intel headquarters was the fact that the facility was so huge. Like it's literally 6 floors, multiple buildings, and it's hundreds and hundreds of people who are willing to go out of their way and just really help you out and help you understand certain things if you ever get to the point of being confused on certain projects or anything. I thought that was amazing. Here are some of the perks for working at Intel headquarters: unlimited fruit, unlimited drinks. I eat fruit every single morning. We also have our own museum that pretty much gives you the origin of Intel. It's also people giving tours for each individual station and actually going over every single thing that ever came out of Intel from the very beginning. It even has the very first computer that was ever made. We even have a game room that's connected to one of the cafeterias. We have a pool table, a ping pong table, different type of games all up in there. We even have a Nintendo Wii. We also have a basketball court with a total of 6 goals, and to the left of it, as you can see, that's actually the gym. And inside of the gym, they also have their own personal yoga session too. This is pretty much the yoga section. You can actually sign up for free yoga lessons if you want, and right across from that is actually the volleyball court. My team and some of the other interns was actually able to go on a jet to Oregon. Intel has multiple jets that they just so happen to fly out every time there's a business trip or a business meeting somewhere where they need to be. It's also another Intel site in Oregon. A vast majority of my internship pretty much consisted of coding hardware. Coding out here is really essential, especially for Silicon Valley and actually trying to obtain an Intel internship. You're gonna have to code, people. It's essential out here. If you're familiar with Python, C++, or Java, you will do just fine working anywhere out here in Silicon Valley, because that's pretty much the main coding languages that I always hear when I ask people.
Did you get that one?
I did, yeah.
The computer did not have a mouse, did not have color, everything on the screen was green, did not have any memory, you could only do anything, games, programs, whatever.
8088 or 8086?
8088. By inserting a floppy disk into these floppy disk drives. It did have a computer game. The first true computer game was Pong. Everyone know Pong? Pong? Yeah, Pong was simple. You had 2 rectangles, you move them up and down, you bounce the pixel between the 2 because we couldn't make circles yet. And that was the first computer game. Hours of fun.
What was also dope was that the CEO actually worked on the floor right above me. Adam and Jasmine, they both happened to get a picture. Man, I didn't get no picture though, but I'm not salty or nothing, but I mean, I want the picture. Up next is Apple. I was able to actually go to Steve Jobs' garage, well, his actual house, the origin of where Apple actually started from the very beginning. It was really dope.
People.
What's up?
So
Here with Andre
in Apple.
at Apple headquarters, Cupertino.
From those that know me as Andre Classic Cuts, pretty much know that I cut hair. So once I got out here, I pretty much started networking and started cutting a whole lot of different people's hair throughout Silicon Valley. Shout out to everybody who was giving me $30, $25 for a haircut, which is dope. What's dope about the Apple headquarters is the fact that you can literally try on every single watch that they have there. Everything is out in the open for you to try on and see whether or not you actually like it and want to purchase it. Because out here in Silicon Valley, an average haircut is $60. Every single person hair that I ended up cutting, they obviously worked somewhere in Silicon Valley. So everybody hair I cut, it was at Twitter, Facebook, Google, etc. And it was all just giving me the updated what's going down over there. And majority of them all gave me tours to their facility. So that's why I'm able to give you the rest of this footage from here. Up next is the Google headquarters. Another Silicon Valley tip is that the fries out in Silicon Valley are extremely crazy when it comes down to prices on different type of electronics. I don't know what it is, but compared to Texas, some of the prices for some things are extremely low. Also, Uber out here is extremely expensive. A 10-minute ride can sometimes run you up to $18, especially around 5 o'clock during the weekdays. There's actually another transportation app that's called Scoop. What Scoop is pretty much another app that allows you to actually get to work in the morning times where you'll only pay like $2 versus paying like the Uber price. And then for you to go back home, it'll also be $2. I know Apple does it, Intel does it for sure, and I don't know what other tech companies do. I'm pretty sure it's more out there. You just have to really look into it. Also, gas prices in Silicon Valley is about $3.50 a gallon. Everyone in Silicon Valley pretty much knows their number one perk in Silicon Valley, which is the fact that Google gets free unlimited food all day, morning to night. Amazing food. It's pretty much like a humongous buffet. The chefs do a really good job. Also, there's different stations and different cafes like all across the campus for you to go, and all of the foods are different, so you just can't beat free food, man. Also, if you're really into cooking and being a chef has always been a dream of yours, you can also intern to be a Google chef and then become a chef at Google. It's levels out here, I promise you.
Hold up, Ernest, get in here. You gotta say what's up to the camera.
Right now?
Just say what's up.
What's up, everybody? Ernest Holmes, Morehouse College.
Oh, yeah.
Once you actually start working out here in Silicon Valley, it's 10 times more easier for you to change and go to like another company because people already understand, okay, this person already understand how Silicon Valley is. It's easier for me to actually put him in the system since he just came from this other pretty big tech company. It's pretty much how it works out in Silicon Valley. If you don't like it there, you could easily just go to another tech company. Google actually have a slide in one of their buildings, which is pretty dope. I mean, why not just go down the slide after knocking out a whole lot of work, right? Also, make sure you stop by the Tesla dealership and the McLaren dealership. It's like literally right next to one another. You can also go online and pretty much sign up for a test drive. Those that really know me know that I love the McLaren. The McLaren runs about $250,000. Yeah, it's pretty dope though. It was dope to just see all of these colors of my favorite car just lined up. Then right next to it, it was the all black Audi R8. And you know, we ended up test driving actual Tesla and get to see like all of the features of how it actually steers itself when you actually driving it. And if you just don't feel like driving that day, it could just steer even on the highway and park itself and all of that. It's just dope to see exactly how far AI, artificial intelligence, has become. Dude, in Silicon Valley, that's all you will ever see is a Tesla. Like everywhere you turn is a Tesla. Like every time you go down the street, Tesla. Like there's no way you can just go a day without seeing at least about 10 Teslas in Silicon Valley. That's just how it is. You could also work for Tesla if you really wanted to. If you're really into AI, artificial intelligence, you can come out here and you could be a software engineer for Tesla and help get them to the next level. It's amazing. I know a lot of people who's actually working for Tesla right now.
going to YouTube.
Also, my best advice is to always like book your Airbnb like months ahead if you know that that's where you're going to be working for a little while, because if you wait to the very last minute, all of the best and cheapest Airbnb is just going to be gone. Like every Airbnb is going to be like crazy expensive, exactly like the Silicon Valley area. So the best thing that you could possibly do is book it months in advance. That's what I ended up doing, and I ended up getting the best price for housing out of all of the other interns. Also in Silicon Valley, it's extremely rare to hear that somebody is like 30 and under and own their own place. Like moving out there in your 20s, you're gonna have roommates. Like that's the only way to survive. Like you're gonna have to get an Airbnb or get an apartment, and you're gonna have to like hopefully find people that work with you and actually get a roommate. You'll be surprised how many people was telling me like, yeah, having a roommate is essential. Like you have to have a roommate in your 20s for sure. Also, a lot of people that work for these big companies, you'll be surprised, like majority of them are part-time Uber drivers. Like they also have like a side hustle, because like Uber drivers out here, they really make money up in California. There was a lot of interns that ended up waiting to the very last minute to actually get housing, or like wait all the way to like the week before their start date. And what ended up happening was all of their money that they was making was pretty much going straight to housing. Like I know people that I was personally cool with who was literally living paycheck to paycheck just to survive. And believe it or not, it's like people who are full-time at these huge corporations that's legit living paycheck to paycheck. Like it's crazy, it's insane. If you ever get the chance to actually come out here and work in Silicon Valley, I advise you to like save up some money and then go to LA. But you could go to downtown LA if you've never been or whatever, but I mean there's not a whole lot to do in downtown LA besides like the nightlife. But if you actually want to do something during the day, go 30 minutes west of LA. Then you can go to this amazing place called Santa Monica. Santa Monica is legit. You have an outlet mall that's literally 3 stories high. Away from there, you have a huge beach, of course. Then right across from the beach, you have the pier, which is pretty much like a mini carnival. And on top of it, you have a whole bunch of different variety of foods, a variety of people branding themselves, musicians. It's just amazing. It's really dope. Y'all should definitely go out there and check out St. Monica. It's like one of my favorite places to go on the planet. You'll also see a lot of YouTubers out there. A whole lot of people, like it's really crazy. When I went out there, I seen like maybe 100 different people with cameras. Like I'm not even like exaggerating. Out there, everybody have a camera, everybody's vlogging, everybody's doing something that have to do a recording, something. It's amazing. Let me take you guys on my journey to Santa Monica Beach and Pier. As you can see, here's the beach area looking amazing. And here's how the pier look. As you can see, it looks like a huge mini carnival actually. But if you go all the way on the end, there are also mini restaurants at the very far end of the pier, and you'll also see people fishing. A lot of people are actually fishing out there, which I was surprised when I got all the way to the end of it. And as you can see, here's the outlet of Santa Monica. It really looked like it's like a type of mall that'll be up inside of some type of movie. It just looks amazing when you actually get out here. It's like 3 stories. It's everything that you want to look for inside this humongous outlet. Back to the Silicon Valley tips. Another thing that I must say, like when it comes down to interning in Silicon Valley, it doesn't get any better than being out here and exploring like all of these different companies. Being able to go to LA, it's really dope. You got San Francisco, it's just the best place to really like intern and like really get that exposure to different companies and different areas. Silicon Valley is also the best place on the planet to actually go if you have a legit startup and you actually want to blow up with it and take it serious and actually get funding for it. There's so many people out here who has legit startups and they came from nothing and now they're extremely successful. I even been to a couple of events to where it was actually people my age in their early 20s with startups. Another Silicon Valley advice that I would give is to always keep like an updated resume. I can't tell you how many companies are on the spot if you ever go to their facility or are looking for hires like right then and there, and they're willing to take the time out of the day and actually give you like an interview or sit down and talk to you about actually working for their company. I forgot to get the name of this specific dessert place. If anybody know like what the actual name of it was, man, it was super smooth. Like they had amazing desserts in there. But if somebody know the name of this, can you drop it down in the comment below? That'll be dope. Also keep in mind that Stanford is just like 30 minutes away from Silicon Valley, so if you're ever trying to just go to like a really dope party or a big turn up, Silicon Valley and Stanford is pretty much hand in hand right next to each other. Me and some of the interns went to Stanford and was able to see T-Pain perform live. I thought that was really dope. Shout out to T-Pain for that free performance. Literally down the street from Intel, you have the 49ers Stadium. What you can do that's really dope is you can get a tour of the entire facility for only $30, which is super cheap compared to other stadiums. You get a full tour of the whole entire thing, the museum too. You can also get a tour of that. You also need to check out the gift shop, which I have here. They have a whole bunch of exclusive stuff that I've never seen, not even online, which I thought was really dope. And like I said, it's $30 for you to pretty much get a tour of the entire stadium. Also, like I said, the museum seems pretty dope. I got a peek in and it was telling me that you could actually come here and get a tour of the museum too if you wanted. So I thought that was amazing. They just started having this tour every single weekend. So Saturday, Sunday, that should be the move. I didn't even know anything about this until like my last few weeks of being here. I wish I would have got to go and actually record and check out all of the facility and all of that good stuff, but yeah.
It's late.
Started from the bottom of the head.
Adam,
Started from the bottom of the head.
I don't know what Jasmine doing, man. I don't know.
The Tech Museum of Innovation is also pretty dope. If you have never actually got to put on the goggles and use like the Facebook or the Google one, like the legit one, this is a real dope place to go and actually try both of them out. They also have like a little kids area for maybe if you have like a little nephew or anybody that just flew into town, y'all could actually take them there, and they do little tech innovation stuff that's pretty cool. It's like a whole group of like little kids also at the bottom floor where they're actually doing like little tech stuff. But from there they pretty much just go through like the origin of different like stuff that involve tech, like NASA, where the planets work, and just different stuff like that, all that good stuff. I was also able to check out this electrical bike, which is dope because I'm an electrical engineer, of course, and they was able to actually cycle the actual electricity you're able to generate to turn on these different type of electrical devices, such as a light bulb, a fan, and different type of light switches. I thought it was really dope, and to just see how much you actually save from switching from the older type of electronic to the latest one. I realized quick that I had to pedal really hard for the older electronic devices versus what I had to do for the latest ones today. I barely really had to pedal to get it to actually turn on. There's also an art museum called the Triton Art Museum that's literally like 10 to 15 minutes from Intel. The art museum is free. It can't be free. Last but not least is the Amtrack train. The Amtrack train is really cool because you can pretty much get a whole round trip from Santa Clara, Silicon Valley area, San Jose area, and go all the way to San Francisco for like $70, but it's a round trip on top of that. Plus the train is really nice. You get to see really dope views. On top of that, you get free Wi-Fi. You can go downstairs and get food, which is really good. They had a pretty dope meal, as you can see in the video right now. I had put that in there, and yeah, I just thought it was really cool. I mean, in Texas we don't get to have trains like that, or if you ever need to go anywhere, you have to get a car and drive like 30 minutes, especially from Houston, where I could actually get into a train and just go all the way to Sacramento and then come all the way back and just have a one-time fee. I just thought that was really dope. So definitely look into the Amtrak train. And this was the meal that I got on the Amtrak train. If you feel like I missed anything on this video or something that you want to add to, just put it down in the comment section, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe.